So you had some really good questions that I want to go ahead and address on a video because I feel like it would be easier. First, it is not over the whole Bridgerton thing, okay? So the only thing that's over is the whole storyline, really, that gets Colin and Penn together, which personally was something that I was looking forward to the most because my favorite book was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and my favorite two of this entire show has always been Colin and Penelope. So that's why I was so upset. It wasn't because this whole show was over, but the fact that Colin and Penn's journey and the sole focus on them is over. Now, granted, they are going to be in season 4 because of the fact that it's going to show kind of like how it showed Kate and Anthony and how they, like, it continues on showing the families that were already, like, you know, paired up or whatever. Except for with Simon and Daphne, but because those two actors decided to leave the show. Or whatever happened with those two. I just never really cared to dig into that because it kind of upset me that they left. But I digressed. Anyway, so since there are 8 Bridgerton siblings, we should be having 8 seasons. And we just finished the 3rd. So it's not ending in over anytime soon. Now, as far as the season 4 was going to take 2 years, there was a showrunner, I don't remember exactly who it was, but that mentioned that technically, yes, that the writing, the filming, and the editing does typically take about a 2-year span. So that's what we're supposed to be kind of expecting. I don't think it's a dead set 2-year wait, but they could, because they did get a lot of PR and they got a lot of attention because of this 2-year wait. It was making people go crazy. So it would not surprise me. Now, as far as the story was too rushed, in my opinion. I agree with that to an extent. I do agree that, toward the end, I really believe that they could have done at least like another 20 or 30 minutes to kind of show Colin and Penn reconciling with each other and like really just delving into their marriage more. I think that would have been great. Spoilers if no one has seen that. I'm going to stick a warning somewhere because I did not mean to do that. Anyway, the other question that you had as far as the Featheringtons and how, again, spoiler, Colin and Penn's son was going to be the new Lord Featherington. That is it's not very complicated, but it's something that it's going to take me a second to explain, so let me explain. So it's no different than like the Mondridges when they were announced from the, whatever that guy's name, Walter Dundas, I don't like him. Anyway, he came and told them that their son was going to be the new Lord Kent, because that was their oldest son. He was the only nearest relation to Lady Kent, who had passed away. So, and the only boy. So, he was the one who inherited the Kent estate. Even though he's a Mondridge, he's now going to be Lord Kent. That being said, the parents at the moment are kind of holding down the Kent estate. They're kind of taking care of it. They're kind of like the ones in charge of the Kent estate until their son is old enough to make those decisions for the Kent estate. It's going to be the same thing with Colin and Penn, with their son. Until their son is old enough, yes, he is still a Bridgerton, that does not change, no matter what you do. But he is going to be known as the Lord Featherington. Because the same thing with the Mondridge child, he inherited that. Because Cousin Jack was sent away, and there was that document that was forged by Varley and Miss Portia, that the child that was born of one of her daughters, that was a son, the firstborn son, was going to be able to collect the Featherington estate, and he would be the new Lord Featherington. I don't know if that makes sense fully, but I'm really hoping that it does and it clears some things up. But as far as I'm aware, it looks like probably what you're going to be seeing is Colin and Penn caring for and taking over the Featherington estate and them trying to manage it until their son is old enough to become truly the new Lord Featherington. So I'm very excited for that. I'm really hopeful that, Portia kind of gets put in her place a little bit more every now and again by Colin. But hopefully that won't be necessary and everything will go smoothly and he will get the Featherington estate in a good place for their son. Anyway, hopefully that answered all your questions. Hopefully that gave you all the answers to all the things and you felt like there was some clarity. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'm kind of a Bridgerton buff and I love all the movies and the shows and the books and just all the things. So please, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask and I will be happy to answer them. Have a good night. Bye.